Takermania Podcast es traído a ustedes gracias a Anchor.fm. Dilo todo con Anchor, la plataforma con la que creas, distribuyes y monetizas tu podcast gratis. Contamos con herramientas integradas de carga, grabación y edición para que puedas crear y publicar episodios fácilmente. Distribuye sin problemas a las principales aplicaciones de escucha y aloja contenido ilimitado, completamente gratis y para siempre. Logra patrocinios o acepta donaciones de oyentes para que puedas ganar dinero a medida que crece tu audiencia. Anchor.fm, la poderosa plataforma para podcasters para compartir sus voces. Súmate. Ingresa ahora a Anchor.fm. Salido desde las mismísimas entrañas de la tierra, donde ningún hombre se atrevió jamás a entrar. Escarbamos la historia de un fenómeno de la lucha libre. El hombre muerto, American Badass, Big Evil, el señor del lado oscuro. Un podcast dedicado a la carrera de The Undertaker. La lucha libre en su máxima expresión. Todos de pie, porque llega su anfitrión, Mr. Alex. Esto es Takermania Podcast. Bienvenidos. Bienvenidos.
Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. A la hora que usted esté escuchando este podcast, Takermania Podcast, tu podcast favorito en español de lucha libre, dedicada a la carrera del Undertaker. Ya ustedes me conocen, y si no, es un placer. Mi nombre es Mr. Alex, y como les dije en el episodio pasado, lo prometido es deuda. Este episodio es un episodio random, especial, un bonus track. Quiero que se enfoquen en que sepan que este episodio es completamente los audios de las promos que utilizaron tanto Undertaker como Hulk Hogan para el evento, para la lucha de ellos en Survivor Series 1991. Próximamente vamos a tener ese episodio especial. Como siempre les digo, buscarnos en cualquier app de podcast. Nos pueden buscar Takermania Podcast. También nos pueden buscar en nuestras redes sociales, Twitter e Instagram como @takermaniapod, @takermaniapod. También nuestro correo electrónico, takermaniapod@gmail.com. Allí nos puedes escribir cualquier queja, cualquier sugerencia, cualquier comentario. También en los DMs, tanto de Twitter como de Instagram. También tenemos nuestros enlaces para si quieres cooperar monetariamente. Tenemos el Anchor Listening Support, la forma más fácil de apoyar este podcast, desde 99 centavos hasta $9.99 al mes. También tenemos el Buy Me a Coffee, en donde usted aporta, depende a cuántos cafés se quiera tomar conmigo. Y también tenemos el enlace a nuestra cuenta de PayPal, donde su donación puede ser ilimitada. El dinero recaudado es para mejorar la producción con equipo, a mejorar y próximos proyectos que vamos a tener. Y desde ahora le digo muchas gracias a todas esas personas que han cooperado y que piensan cooperar también. También nos puedes buscar en YouTube. Nos buscas como Takermania Podcast. Dale subscribe fuertemente a la campanita de notificación. Y a cada video que usted escuche, el audio, un like, eso nos ayuda. Y también nos ayuda el que usted comparta este contenido. Ya dicho todo esto, y específicamente es importante lo que viene a continuación, para evitar problemas de copyright, de derechos de autor. Así que, como siempre lo digo, Ramiro, hoy más que nunca, dale play, Ramiro.
El uso legítimo es una doctrina legal que promueve la libertad de expresión al permitir el uso sin licencia de obras protegidas por derechos de autor en determinadas circunstancias. La sección 107 de la Ley de Derechos de Autor de 1976 proporciona el marco legal para determinar si algo es un uso legítimo e identifica ciertos tipos de usos como críticas, comentarios, informes de noticias, enseñanza, becas e investigación, como ejemplos de actividades que pueden calificar como uso justo.
Bueno, ya estamos en ley, ya Ramiro dio el disclaimer. Voy a tratar de ponerle todos los audios. Hay algunos audios que están dañados por la grabación como cómo se obtuvo. Se escucha un poco de estática, hay algunos que voy a evitar poner para no dañar los oídos de ustedes, los que tienen puestos los AirPods o headphones, pero la mayoría de los audios sí van a estar incluidos. Quiero que los disfruten. Voy a tratar de poner en el orden que poco a poco fueron apareciendo. Hay audios de estos que ya han escuchado en episodios pasados, pero aquí vamos a hacer una recopilación y ponerlos todos. Quiero que lo disfruten y se imaginen ese momento y ya estén preparados para cuando escuchen el episodio del evento Survivor Series 1991. Así que nada, hablamos más ahorita. Disfrútalo.
Hi again, folks. The Survivor Series, the Thanksgiving tradition, comes to you this year from Joe Louis Arena in downtown Detroit, Michigan on Thanksgiving Eve. Thanksgiving Eve this year, Wednesday night, November the 27th. As you know, the Survivor Series is the pay-per-view event where superstars team up in order to survive. Now, in addition, this year, the World Wrestling Federation Championship will be on the line in the main event when Hulk Hogan defends his title against The Undertaker in what is known as the Gravest Challenge. We had a chance to talk to these superstars this week. Here are their comments.
Oh, the immortal Hulk Hogan, the Survivor Series, the championship on the line. Do you know what you're getting yourself into, Hulk Hogan? You know nothing at all about the dark side. You're falling into our trap. Cross the bridge into the unknown. Oh, yes. Cross that bridge.
The immortal Hulk Hogan. There are no immortals on the dark side. There is no escape from the dark side. There you will learn Hulkamania is dead.
You know something, Undertaker and Paul Bearer? I'll give you your due, man. This is the gravest challenge Hulk Hogan and all my maniacs have ever had to face. But you're not dealing with a mere mortal man, and you know that. You're dealing with the immortality, the new generation, the light, the love of the big brother and all my little Hulksters. And when I think about you changing the destiny, the fate of all my little Hulkamaniacs, I picture a toddler in diapers. I picture a first grader with his lunchbox, his pad, and his pencil. 6 feet under in a hole, with you and Paul Bearer laughing as you throw the dirt into their grave. It's not gonna happen, Undertaker. Hulk Hogan stands for the truth, the light, and how do you cross on through to the other side? Don't put on the coffee. We're not staying long. We're just gonna put the light of Hulkamania on you and then bury you 6 feet under. What you gonna do when my maniacs close the coffin on you?
This is undoubtedly the gravest challenge of Hulk Hogan's career.
You know something, Hulkamaniacs? I can't lie to you, man. I'm worried because this is the gravest challenge I've ever had to face. I didn't understand why so many of my little Hulksters were shaking in fear just at the sight of The Undertaker and Paul Bearer, but now I understand. As I laid myself down to sleep last night, I woke up in a cold sweat, man. I had a nightmare of massive proportions. I saw Hulkamaniac after Hulkamaniac, single file for miles and miles and miles, walking into a massive grave the size of a football field, man. I woke up. I couldn't believe my eyes. I saw the world title belt on my dresser. And I realized the fate, the safety, and the future of each and every Hulkster is at stake. That's why, brother, the Grim Reaper that has risen into sight on your arm, Undertaker, is none other than Hulk Hogan in disguise. And what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan buries you?
Oh, Hulk Hogan, you don't know how right you were when you said the safety and future of all your little Hulkamaniacs is at stake. Oh, yes it is. And there's more at stake. It's going to be deja vu for you. There'll be a funeral. They'll be lined up for miles. But they'll stand and look into the open grave and see the special casket my Undertaker selected for you. And you'll be inside, and we'll be standing there with your belt.
Hogan, the size of the grave, it'll be big enough just for you. And all your Hulk maniacs will be left untouched so they can suffer for the rest of eternity the fate of Hulk Hogan.
American story might be the last chance this weekend, folks. You'll be able to see the hot ticket presentation. We take you now to the funeral parlor. Look at that casket. What's it got written on it?
Welcome to my funeral parlor. The doors are always open just for you. My very special guest this week is one of the superstars of the World Wrestling Federation, none other than Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Where till Hacksaw Jim Duggan gets a load of that casket? I can't believe it. It seems as though, yes, look at it, has Xtra written all over it.
Boom! Buddha!
Awful confident of themselves, aren't they? Think they've won that title the way they're talking.
Oh, Mr. Duggan, it does my heart good to show you this special casket. A casket for Hulk Hogan. A casket selected personally by my Undertaker. Oh, yes.
That's
Isn't
disgusting.
it so beautiful? Hulk Hogan's personal logo. 16 gauge precious metal. It's so pretty. And on the inside, we have special satin. Oh, yes.
Wait 1 minute, Mr. Gomez Adams, and keep that spittoon out of my face. There's no question about it. That's a real fancy Dan casket. It's no wooden box. But to get Hulk Hogan in it, you've got to have your man beat him at the Survivor Series. And I don't think he can do it. Oh! Wait 1 minute. There's one other thing. If that Undertaker ever gets in my way, I'll see to it that he's bored to death, tough guy.
Well, bored to death, but I find that unhumorous.
Hogan, you're gonna look so good in this casket. I'm gonna fix up all the scars. I'm gonna make your hair look so good. Oh yes, Hulk Hogan, you will not survive. No, you will not survive the Survivor Series. Rest in peace.
Will Hulk Hogan survive the Survivor Series as he locks up with The Undertaker for the World Wrestling Federation Championship?
You know something, Hulkamaniacs? You've heard The Undertaker say that in Survivor Series, he's gonna drag Hulk Hogan into the dark side. Well, you better be ready, Maniacs, because you're going with me if it happens. And as far as stealing my spirit, ripping my soul out of me, Undertaker, you'll have to do it to each and every Hulkamaniac out there to get to me. And when you talk about burying Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania is dead. You better dig 20 million graves, 20 million body bags, because to kill Hulkamania, to make me completely dead, you'll have to bury each and every toddler, every teenager, every old Hulkamaniac that believes in the training, the prayers, and the vitamins. But now, this is Survivor Series. You're gonna see Hulk Hogan's dark side, brother. That's why the prayers, the vitamins, believing in the big dude upstairs, shining a light on the dark cloud of The Undertaker is gonna give the devil its due. And when we dig that hole with the double body bag that I've already ordered for The Undertaker and Paul Bearer, how you gonna handle it when you're buried alive?
Hulk Hogan. Oh, yes, the immortal one. You say in order to get to you, we'll have to go through 20 million Hulkamaniacs. Oh, is that what you want? But everybody knows when you kill something, if you take its head, it's all dead. That's what's going to happen. We're going to get rid of the head of Hulkamania, and Hulkamania will be dead, and you'll be lying 6 feet under in that special casket. Oh, yes, that The Undertaker has selected for you, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. To hide behind the 20 million Hulkamaniacs sounds like the words of someone who's scared. And for good reason, Hulk Hogan, because you know that your future is encased in the casket that I've prepared. And as I disembowel your bluing flesh, the soul of Hulk Hogan and Hulkamania will rest eternally in this secret vessel. Rest in peace, Hulkamania.
What? We go from intensity to this.
Welcome once again unto my funeral parlor. Hulk Hogan, I want you to take a very good look. Oh yes, a very good look at the casket prepared just for you. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna make you look so good at the Survivor Series. I'm gonna cover up all the scars, and my Undertaker will stuff you inside the casket that you see before me. There's only one man that can survive lying inside a casket, and that, my friend, is my Undertaker.
Oh my goodness,
yes.
there he is.
Take a good look, Hulk Hogan. This is your gravest challenge. Your gravest challenge at the Survivor Series.
Hulk Hogan. Not only will I take your World Wrestling Federation Championship, but I'll take what is most dear to all of mankind. Hulk Hogan at Survivor Series. I will take your soul and leave your then rotting flesh to Mr. Paul Bearer.
Oh, yes, Hulk Hogan. You'll lay in state right here. Rest in peace.
something, Hulkamaniacs? Some people around the world act like this is the first time I've had people get down on the Hulkster. For 8 long years, I've watched them come and go, dudes. I've heard them say, Hulkamania's dead. Hulkamania's gonna die. And oh yeah, in the Survivor Series, this is the gravest challenge we've ever had to face. But we've seen the casket. I've had the spies out since day one, brothers. And you know something? With me and all my Hulkamaniacs, Undertaker, you and Paul Bearer would have to dig a hole the size of a football field, brother. Because to beat Hulk Hogan, the grave would have to be so big. There are so many Hulkamaniacs in that casket, brother. That won't get the job done. So when you step in the ring with the light, with the truth, with the life of Hulkamania, brother, you're going to realize it was more than you bargained for. And what you're going to do when Hulk Hogan, my Hulkamaniacs, and the largest arms in the world bury you, Undertaker.
Champion Hulk Hogan will be defending against The Undertaker. Undertaker, of course, is managed by Paul Bearer. Both men are standing by right now. Let's get their comments.
You know something, Undertaker and Paul Bearer? Me and my Hulkamaniacs have drawn a bead on you since day one, brother. And we realize that this is the so-called gravest challenge, the darkest day of Hulkamania that we're ever going to have to face. But don't think the pythons aren't loaded with ammunition, brother. You know, I know what you're all about. I've seen the body bags. I've seen the victims you've either scared off or put in the darkness of that casket, brother. I've seen all the tricks that Paul Bearer has on the outside of the ring with that mortuary look on his face. Well, let me tell you something, brother. When I won the title in 1984, I said I fear no man, beast, or evil, brother. And now it's my chance to prove that Hulkamania is the truth. That you believe in immortality that's been promised to us, man. With the training, the prayers, and the vitamins, we're unbeatable. So what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan digs a 6 feet hole just for you, Undertaker?
Hulk Hogan, your gravest challenge is drawing near. Oh yes, the Survivor Series. The championship on the line against my Undertaker. What are you going to do, Hulk Hogan? What are you going to do when they come for you? When the hearse backs up to the back door of the arena and they wheel you out? Oh, your little Hulkamaniacs will be crying. Oh, yes.
Hulk, the future is at hand. It's at the hand of the Undertaker. Prepare to meet your maker.
You know something, Hulkamaniacs? I gotta level with you right now, man. This is the gravest challenge, the darkest day in the history of Hulkamania. But you know, people around the WWF, behind the cameras, behind the scenes, even in the dressing room, the wrestlers themselves, the superstars are starting to panic, man. They're saying, what if Hulk Hogan disappears? What if he's buried in that hole of The Undertaker? What's going to happen to the WWF? What's going to happen to wrestling? The Hulkamaniacs, the little Hulksters, are bigger than the WWF itself. They're bigger than the WWF title. Well, let me tell you something, brothers. Friend and foe. Hulk Hogan has a handle on this thing. And when I hear the brother talk about ripping the soul out of Hulk Hogan and so-called wiping out immortality, well, I already made a deal with the big brother upstairs, man. I believe, man, and you can't beat what's going to live forever. So what you going to do when Hulk Hogan shows you the dark side that's going to run wild on you?
Hulk Hogan, everybody knows that we have something very special in store for you. A casket. Yes, everyone see it. A beautiful steel casket with beautiful satin on the inside just for you. Because you're going in it, Hulk Hogan, when my Undertaker puts you down in the Survivor Series. The casket will be yours for eternity.
Eternity is for a long, long time, Hulk Hogan. And as I put your rotting flesh away. I'll take your soul for my own.
Oh, yes, the immortal Hulk Hogan. Your gravest challenge is only 2 weeks away. The clock is ticking down. Everyone has seen your casket. Now it won't be long, and everyone will see your burial spot. All your little Hulkamaniacs can line up one by one and toss a rose on your casket, and we'll walk away with your title.
Your title, your soul, your Hulkamaniacs. They all come to an end. The 27th is your day of rest.
Very interesting interview coming up right now. Vulgar and the Hulkster.
The Hulkster very cautiously approaching what could be his casket.
Isn't it beautiful? Oh, yes. Made of the finest materials on the outside as well as the inside. Oh, your logo. It's so beautiful. You don't need to open it. There's nothing inside.
You don't think the Undertaker could be in?
Oh, yes, I do.
There's nothing inside.
He's gonna make sure.
Just where you're gonna be laying on Thanksgiving Day. Yes.
Opening your own coffin. Hey.
It's kind of creepy, Gus.
Loony.
No, it's all right.
Wait a minute.
I promise you.
From behind, here comes the alleged real world's champion. Ric Flair getting a bird's eye view of Hulk Hogan. Hogan reaching for the standing casket as Flair now confronting Hulk Hogan.
This is interesting.
Come on over here. You know how long I've been waiting for this very moment, big man, huh?
Hey,
you know how long the real world champion has heard the name Hulk Hogan? You know how long I've had to listen to you talk about the 24-inch pythons, big man? Now don't be ashamed of those butterflies you got rumbling in that stomach right now. Because, big man, I just burst that bubble you've been living in, and I'm here on your doorstep with the real World Championship belt. Compare the two. In closing, what are you gonna do, Hulk Hogan, when Ric Flair runs wild?
thousands of little Hulksters out there be at your beckoning call.
Wait a minute!
But Hulk Hogan
From behind!
right there.
Look! It's the Undertaker with the urn! Undertaker hammering Hulk Hogan from behind with the urn, coming out of the coffin. Look at that! They're all over him. Flair, Undertaker, all over Hulk Hogan, trying to choke the life out of him. Undertaker there with Ric Flair.
That's it. Let's go.
Roddy Piper and Randy Savage leaving the broadcast booth. Look out! Flair now by Piper. Both have chairs. Undertaker standing over the body of Hulk. Look at that. Undertaker not even flinching. What's he doing? Reaching down. Boom. Undertaker standing over Hulk Hogan. Ric Flair, The Undertaker. And unquestionably will be perhaps the darkest day in the history of Hulkamania. It unquestionably will be Hulk Hogan's gravest challenge at the Survivor Series.
Hulk Hogan. Yes, Hulk Hogan. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about the Survivor Series, the main event, the WWF Championship, my Undertaker. I'm thinking about an open grave. I'm thinking about all you little Hulkamaniacs crying. I'm thinking about us walking away with your title.
Hogan, I've looked into your eyes, and I see nothing but fear. Fear of a beaten man. You're running scared, Hogan. And not even Hulkamania and Hulkamaniacs can save you from your destiny.
Hogan, just when you think you have all the answers, we changed the questions. Oh, you were very surprised at my funeral parlor, weren't you? Your attention was on your casket, but my Undertaker surprised you with my sacred vessel, and down you went. Now it's time for your gravest challenge, and Hulk Hogan, you're going down again. Oh, yes.
Hogan, the two rotting souls and that cheap gold crucifix won't be able to save you the next time these eyes look into yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hulk Hogan!
Check his eyes out and say it, and you be the judge, yeah!
All right, Hulk Hogan, this Wednesday night in the Motor City. Of course, it's the Survivor Series. As part of that extravaganza, you are going to be facing your gravest challenge. You're going to be defending the World Wrestling Federation title against The Undertaker. Now, some are saying, not me, that unquestionably, after the Survivor Series and the gravest challenge, Hulkamania will be dead.
Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. This Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve, yes, Hulk Hogan faces his gravest challenge in The Undertaker. But the thing you've got to realize, Mean Gene, when you're a Hulkamaniac, is for 8 long years, I've heard them say that Hulkamania is dying, that Hulkamania is dead, and Hulkamania still lives, Mean Gene. So right now, Mean Gene, since it is our gravest challenge, I think it's time that I explain to all those little teeny Hulkamaniacs just what the red and the yellow stand for. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no Undertaker, brother. Simply because the yellow of Hulkamania will light up that valley of death. It stands for the belief in the training, the prayers, and the vitamins. And the light of Hulkamania will surely blind the Undertaker. But also the red of Hulkamania, which guaranteed me immortality, brother. When the big man upstairs spilled his blood on this cross, he swore to me that Hulkamania would never die. That's what the red of immortality is. So now that we know Hulk Hogan will live forever along with Hulkamania, Ric Flair, just like the Grim Reaper, has his sickle to do his dirty work, brother. The Undertaker has you as his henchman, Ric Flair, to do his dirty work. And just like the light of Hulkamania will blind the Undertaker, the light will also blind you, Ric Flair, and you will fall by the wayside, brother. But the thing, Mean Gene, that makes me realize I will survive the Survivor Series is when The Undertaker reached down and tore the crucifix off my neck. My neck went limp, brother. But as I smelt the dead flesh burning in the palm of his hand, the power of Hulkamania that he couldn't handle, he dropped the crucifix, and as it landed on my chest, it warmed my heart, Mean Gene, and it made me realize that I will survive the Survivor Series. So Undertaker, now that you know also what the red and the yellow of Hulkamania mean, what are you gonna do, Undertaker, when Hulk Hogan and the red of immortality run wild on you?
All right, hi again, everyone. Here we go with your final Survivor Series report. It is right around the corner. This Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve, exclusively on pay-per-view cable television. Folks, I'm talking about the Survivor Series. This is the ultimate in team competition and so much more. I strongly suggest you pick up the blower right now. Get on a phone and contact your local cable company. Avoid busy operators at the 11th hour. Now then, we have just heard from the World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan. It sounds to me like he is ready for his gravest challenge. That gravest challenge, by the way, is standing by right now with his manager, Paul Bear. Let's hear from The Undertaker.
The sands in our hourglass are going quickly. This Wednesday, Hulk Hogan, your gravest challenge. The championship on the line against my Undertaker. It won't be long. Think back when you visited my funeral parlor and my Undertaker appeared out of nowhere. This time, Hulk Hogan, we're going to walk away, oh yes, with your title.
The time is at hand, Hogan. There's no place to run. There's no place to hide. No heroes with chairs. And no crucifixes. Just the Undertaker's purgatory.
The Undertaker, ominous, awesome, and undefeated thus far here on the World Wrestling Federation. Undoubtedly, the gravest challenge this Wednesday night for Hulk Hogan at the Survivor Series.
Bueno, hemos llegado al final de este episodio súper especial. Espero que hayan disfrutado todos estos audios, todas estas promos. El motivo, vuelvo y repito, el motivo de que yo hago este episodio especial era para que todos estemos en la misma página y todos estemos tan envueltos en este storyline. Y dada la circunstancia de que ellos grabaron demasiadas promos, pues vamos a darle uso a eso. Nada, espero que lo hayan disfrutado. Quería darle las gracias a todos ustedes nuevamente por escuchar este podcast y por apoyar a los artistas que participan en él. Señor Ramiro, a la señorita Destiny y al caballero de mi casa, al Junior. También recordarle las redes sociales, Twitter e Instagram, takermaniapod, @takermaniapod, nuestro email, takermaniapod@gmail.com, takermaniapod@gmail.com. Abajo van a encontrar los enlaces si quiere aportar monetariamente a este proyecto, y darle las gracias a producción nuevamente, que en el episodio pasado se me olvidó, pero fue un ups. Pero en este ya no se me va a olvidar. A producción, a Giovanna, a Isabela, gracias por todo el apoyo y todo el soporte que me dan. Y como digo siempre, nuevamente les doy gracias a ustedes por permitirme seguir compartiendo este proyecto con ustedes. Y será hasta la próxima lucha del Undertaker. Rest in peace.
Resististe, aguantaste, llegaste al final. No olvides seguirnos en nuestras redes sociales. Encuéntranos en Instagram y Twitter como @takermaniapod. Nos reencontramos en el próximo episodio para seguir escarbando la historia del fenómeno de la lucha libre. El hombre muerto, American Badass, Big Evil, el señor del lado oscuro. Hasta aquí fue Takermania Podcast con Mr. Alex. Solo nos queda por decirles: Rest in peace. Rest in peace.